Hello and welcome to another installment of Tea with B, the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. Just kidding. It's not going to be as interesting as hot ones because it's about my life. It's actually the show where we spill the tea and drink some tea, but today we are not going to be drinking it, we're going to be eating it in the form of making some matcha gelatin gummies. Love that for us. The whole premise is to make a little bit of like a sweet snack, but also this gelatin has collagen as well as 11 grams of protein per serving. So kind of making like a little bit of a better sweet treat, you know what I mean? If it tastes good. It might taste like a horse hoof. This doesn't have any smell, so that is a good sign. I found this recipe on Pinterest, but I don't have all the ingredients, so we're going to be improvising a bit, which is a constantly reoccurring theme in my life, and is an excellent segue for our lovely sponsor for this video, which is Green Chef. One of my biggest pet peeves about trying a new recipe is no matter how flawlessly I think that I've planned it out, I always end up back at the grocery store for an ingredient that I forgot. I absolutely love that I never have to worry about that with Green Chef. You get pre-portioned, chef-curated, easy-to-follow recipes delivered right to your doorstep that keep mealtime exciting and stress-free. They're a CCOF certified organic meal kit company that offers balanced and crave-worthy meals that support a variety of different lifestyles, including vegan, vegetarian, protein-packed, fast and fit, Mediterranean, and gluten-free. Aside from saving you time and saving you from yourself when it comes to hitting up the drive-thrus, Green Chef is also concerned about saving the environment. They offset 100% of their delivery emissions, and to celebrate Earth Month, they've partnered with One Tree Planted, so for a limited time, they'll plant one tree for every box sold. So if you're interested in trying out Green Chef for yourself, you can use my code Beatrice60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. Go to greenchef.com for more details. And as always, a huge thank you to Green Chef for sponsoring this video. Okay, the first bit of tea, while I put together this gelatin mixture, water aerobics is slept on. I'm just gonna say it. When I signed up for water aerobics, I went with my mom, my grandma, my aunt, the squad, the girls, and I thought that this was going to be just a very gentle exercise, like not really much of nothing, because that's kind of like the stigma around it, you know? Like I walk into this class, all of the ladies are over 50. It's very much like a silver sneakers activity. I'm the youngest one. And I was just judging it a little bit. Mini whisk, vital. We're starting to get a little bit of a smell now. It's not a bad smell, it's just not a good one. Okay, now we gotta let this sit for 5 minutes before we do the next step. But okay, so I went twice last week. Both times on my Apple Watch, I burned over 500 calories in an hour of doing water aerobics. Now, just as a little bit of a disclaimer, I don't put that much merit into like the value that the Apple Watch gives you for calories burned. I just don't. But where it's kind of good is like when you're comparing it to other exercises. Like for example, I did a 1 hour walk on the treadmill the other day, and in that amount of time, I burned like 230 calories, according to my Apple Watch, and it was way more rougher on my feet. And so water aerobics was over double that. And like we're doing some resistance stuff. Like they have like these underwater weights that have different resistances. Like you make the workout as intense as you want it to be. Like you could sit there and like jog it out, you know, like go quickly, which is what I was doing because I was trying to get a workout in. Or you can go like more slow if that is your speed level. Oh, she's getting gloopy. I'm not really gonna measure this. And I'm gonna sweeten it with a little bit of honey. If I could get this open. Anyway, so I was shook about how slept on water aerobics is. If you have access to a pool, your joints don't hurt, your feet don't hurt. I have small feet for how tall I am. I'm 5'6" and my foot size is like 7.5 when it should be like 8 or 8.5, 9. I don't know. But I am a large person on a small foot surface area, right? And so I feel that. That's why running is like torture, but I still want to do it. My feet don't cooperate. Where the soul is willing, but the body is not, you know, kind of thing. Because my feet don't like when I do things like reverse lunges, like things that put a lot of pressure on your feet. I'm just saying, like water aerobics, definitely easier on the feet, definitely easier if you are a larger person to like do more activity. Not to mention, it's fun. Let me tell you something about the elderly. They are like a pack of honey badgers. They don't give a shit. They're just saying whatever they want. They're doing whatever they want. They're a little bit sassy. Love that. Shout out to my new friends Lucy and Dorothy. Water aerobic ballers. Shot callers. There is one lady in the class though that is like this self-appointed water aerobics police, which is exactly what you'd think it would be. She's just very concerned with where you're standing, making sure it's in the right place. I don't know, I live for it. The drama. The whole vibe just makes for a very entertaining workout. But yeah, I am all about the drama. I mean, plus I don't get a lot of social interaction. My favorite show right now is Love is Blind. I don't know if y'all are watching that. I'm very excited about the season finale when all the drama comes to fruition. That's annoying. Okay, we're gonna do 10 squares, one little octopus dude. Oh, balls. Okay, 1.5 octopus. Like they left us on a little bit of a cliffhanger with Chelsea saying I do to Kwame and then we're left without his response. Dude, I 1000% think that he is not gonna say I do back. First of all, he's got a wandering eye for Micah, plus his mom didn't give her blessing for the union. And Chelsea's kind of too intense for my personal taste. That's the only couple I'm kind of pretty sure about. As far as all the other couples, I don't think that anyone's gonna say I do, except for maybe Tiffany and Brett. But they were teasing a little bit of drama in the trailer, so I don't even know if that's gonna go well. They're actually casting for singles in the Denver area, and for like a split second, I thought like, maybe I should apply. But A, I'm not in a place right now where I'm looking to date. B, marriage was never on my to-do list, even when I was dating people. And C, it might ruin my favorite show if I know how it's made. Who knows these people real intentions? This is kind of like a really big mess. I was trying to fit it all in this and it was just not. And now we wait for that to gelatinize. Come follow me to the couch where I sit on the floor. But anyways, back to the tea with water aerobics because there are like a couple of downsides. First of all, can't film there. So that is why I am telling you about it. Post haste. I don't know if that's the right term in this situation, but that's just why I'm telling you about it instead of showing you because even if they allowed cameras, it would be a little bit dicey because like you're filming other people in their bathing suits, which historically is kind of a dick move. The other thing is it's kind of a huge time suck because the swimming pool is kind of far away from the house. We go around, we pick up all the ladies, you go to the place, you do the water aerobics for an hour, and then the ladies want to go and sit in the hot pool. We do that. We have to take showers. We have to like get ready, and then it's a long drive back. And not to mention, after swimming, I am ravenously hungry and exhausted. So I have to make sure that I have food on hand right away, like right as soon as I get out of there. So I'm not a ravenous beast and I don't succumb to something that's not as healthy, that's fast and readily available. And I took naps both times after doing water aerobics because I was just like very snoozy. I don't know what it is about swimming, but always been that way. But I do think eventually I'll get more used to like the whole thing. I mean, it might just be because I don't swim that often and there are things that I could do to like make it less terrible as far as like the hunger goes, like eat something before, which I haven't been doing because I'm usually running late, or having some healthy option in the car waiting so I can eat on the way home. But there's just way more benefit than there is downside because A, I'm spending time with my family, I'm socializing with new people, I am adopting everyone else's grandma, it's a good workout, it keeps my grandma busy, it's getting my family members in shape. The downsides are really just small things that I've noticed, like I don't like dealing with a soggy swimsuit, but I'll suck it up because it's way more good than harm. And right now I am all about water aerobics. I'm like, okay, well what's next? They offer swim lessons. Maybe I should get my ass in some swim lessons so I can learn to swim as a 31-year-old adult. Might be helpful in a future scenario. I don't know, but it would definitely be a good form of exercise to be just like swimming laps back and forth, which is kind of the dream. Just kind of like how I envision myself running. Would definitely be more feasible this current weight than running, you know what I mean? So we might start there with some swim lessons. But I also realize that I am a person that really values novelty. I get super interested in what's new and what's shiny and like the new experience, and I'm all about it. And then that peters out or I get discouraged in some way, just like with being a little baby farmer. The plants are not doing well, you guys. They are not doing well at all. very sad. But I'm not giving up entirely about that. Just letting you know, morale is low in that sector of my life. Another thing that's new with me and kind of interesting to me, if you're interested in science and the gut microbiome and stuff, I did a gut health test through this company called Thorne. It's just like a mail-in test. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, but it was actually very thorough. But it took close to 6 weeks for my results to come back from this, which is a long time to wait. But I just got the results back yesterday and they are not super positive, which I knew, like based on trying to figure out how to put this delicately, based on the fact that literally everything just goes straight through me. Like, I'm not sure that I'm getting any nutritional value, and I'm also not sure why I'm fat the way that I function in that way. You catch my drift? Picking up what I'm putting down? Anyways, my results, let me just read them. My results indicate an elevated inflammation score, which reflects an increased likelihood of both GI and systemic whole body inflammation. And they go through and they break down like each strain of bacteria and where it lies on the scale. All the stuff that I don't really understand, but I'm happy to have the data, I guess. But I thought it was also interesting that my score on nervous system stuff was higher too. So that means that I'm considered high risk for gut-brain axis miscommunications. So that imbalance could lead to more anxiety, fear, nervousness, depression, all of the stuff that I have been known for. But like, good thing about it is it could be fixed through diet. Bad thing about it is they suggested giving up dairy and gluten, which are two of my favorite things. And being someone with ye olde eating disorder in the form of binge eating, usually when like the restriction is heavy, it leads to a binge. But dairy's gonna suck because like I like cheese, I like the half and half in my coffee, I like yogurt, but I think that I could eliminate that pretty easily. The thing that's gonna be hard is the gluten. So what I'm thinking about doing is setting up like a 90-day challenge for myself to like get my gut health in check, like do whatever's cool for my gut microbiome, which would include the no dairy thing. I think I'm just gonna limit gluten, but other things that are good for gut health is like getting enough fiber, getting enough sleep, exercising. So all of the stuff that would also help me health-wise as well, because my gut health is not good. And there might be a more comprehensive video about all this because like I said, I just got the results yesterday. I haven't really like delved into like what everything means, but it is really interesting to me, like all of the stuff that your gut actually plays part in and like the bacteria and stuff that are in your gut that could be either beneficial or detrimental to your overall well-being. But yeah, I think it just makes it interesting to me. It increases that novelty. I love charts and graphs. It gives me like a little bit of a science experiment to do. And it's measurable because at the end of the 90 days, I'll purchase another gut health test through Thorne and see where we are. But yeah, not planning to end the challenge in 90 days, just like that will be like the check-in point. So I want to make sure like I made a significant change before doing the test again. But I don't know, it would also just like keep me on track because when I get into like the experiment mindset, I'm like, okay, well, we can't mess up this experiment. So that will kind of hinder me from making some questionable decisions like going out to eat and stuff, which has been significantly harder since moving back into town with my mom and my family around, you know, because they want to go out to eat, they want to celebrate, and I don't necessarily have the willpower to be like, no, I'm weak and I love food. And so it's great that we're like choosing activities now that are not food centered because it's a struggle. The struggle is real. Moment of truth. I'm getting like pretty hardcore Flubber vibes from this. As a child of the 90s, I thought that was going to be a completely different movie than it actually was. Very let down. Anyways, on to the taste test of these matcha coconut water gummies. And the verdict is it's not bad. It just tastes like a green tea latte. That is in gummy form. I'm actually very surprised that this gelatinized. Even though I followed the directions exactly on the back of the container, I just don't really have faith in me making things like that for some reason. I'm just like expecting it to go wrong. But it's not bad. It could definitely use a little bit more honey to make it a little bit more sweet, but I don't know, there might be some promise to this with different flavors. But other than that, I just want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day and I will see you on the next one. Bye!